Thank you everybody for coming out today for a wonderful cause. We are celebrating a whole lot of public art that has come to fruition, and we are really excited to unveil that with you. We're going to start the evening with a song played by Wesley Wright. He is the professor of music at Salisbury University, coordinating with the Voice and Opera Workshop programs. He's performed solo repertoire ranging from Baroque to Broadway and throughout the world. He's going to play a song sing a song with Veronica Tomanek, who is the vocal coach and staff pianist at Salisbury University, the music director at St. Albans Episcopal Church in Salisbury, and the founder and director of the choral chamber group Vox Concordia. So we can welcome them to the stage to perform a song, This River, music by Uzi Brown Jr. and lyrics by Johannes.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. John Wesley. How are y'all doing? I'm Dr. John Wesley Wright, professor of music at Salisbury University. Thank you, Nancy Mitchell, for letting me know about this, for asking me to be a part of it. I'm always open to being a part of any event that celebrates art and artistic expression. Immediately when she told me what the event was, I knew immediately what piece that I would share with you. This is a piece called This River, and it comes from a larger work, or what we could call a liturgical drama that was written, that was based on the life of Bishop Henry McNeill Turner. Bishop Turner lived at the turn of the century, was born to freed slaves, and was appointed as the first African American chaplain in the Union Army. The lyrics of the song are by like you said, Dr. Johannes, and Dr. Johannes was born and raised in Baltimore. So there's always, when you do a little digging, and appropriately to share a little bit with you here in a library, to do a little digging and to acknowledge and own our history and to celebrate that. And so we have some Maryland ties here, just even in this one song. So.
That runs through my life will never be uncrossable. This river that washes the shores from sea to sea. This river that calls my name on both shores, just the same. This river shall never be uncrossable. Runs through my life will never be uncrossable. This river that washes the shores from sea to sea. shall never be uncrossable for me. This river that runs through my life is a lifeline for me. This river that runs through my life will always, always be. Oh, this river shall never be uncrossable for me. Oh, these shores on which I stand apart shall never be unreachable. Oh, these rivers that give me back my heart and bind my future sure shall never divide my love, nor keep me from thee above. Ooh, this river shall never be uncrossable for me. Oh, this river that runs through my life is a lifeline for me. Oh, this river that runs through my life is where I always be. This river shall never be uncrossable for me. For me.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, John Wesley Wright and Veronica Tomanek, for performing that for us. Beautiful, set the tone. Next, we'll have some opening remarks from Library Director Seth Hirschberger. For those of you who don't know, this was put on today by the Wicomico Public Library in the City of Salisbury, and we're very glad you guys came. Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful and amazing.
Thank you.
Welcome everybody to the library. Welcome to the Sarbanes Library of Wicomico Public Library's flagship branch in the heart of Salisbury. We're so pleased to have you all here inside. It's not as cool as outside, but it's great to have you here. And I'm just gonna tell you and welcome you as well to the future site of our Performing Arts Center. If you've been watching the news, you know that this location is going to be demolished within the next few years, and at Salisbury University, and we've got a few employees from the university here, have laid plans to construct a new performing arts center on this site. We're excited to hear performances like that in beautiful downtown Salisbury, and excited that we'll have culture in the heart of the city. Meanwhile, the library is moving to Shoemaker Pond, and just today, the council voted to approve a resolution that provided $330,000 of funding so that we can get started right away. So I'm so excited. This is a good day for the community because this is going to improve access to the library, and we're doing it in a way that is also going to preserve downtown, as we're going to support downtown and be a part of that because we're working on plans to establish a permanent neighborhood library here that will be just for people who live downtown and people who live around downtown, designed just for them. And I think we can do that and make an even better branch, but also have a big one that's accessible to everybody across the community, people with families, children, seniors who need easy parking and beautiful spaces, beautiful modern library spaces, and we'll be able to provide that for them better there than we can here downtown. So that's all moving forward, and I'm excited it's moving forward in a timely fashion with the support of the council. Now, I want to recognize some dignitaries who are here. Mayor Taylor, it's an honor to have you here. Thank you for being here. Thank you to Council President Dowdy for being here too. It's a huge honor to have you here. We also have a board member and council member, liaison from the council to the board, Michelle Gregory. It's great to see you here. Thank you. And last but not least, of the ones I can recognize here, immediate past board chair, Audrey, where are you? I saw you here earlier. There she is, from the library board. Did I miss any other elected officials or bigwigs who are here? Oh, Sheriff DeShield, thank you for being here. It's a huge honor to have you here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sheriff, for being here. I do a lot of business with your brother. Yes, yes, and I appreciate the support. It means a lot. Okay. I also want to recognize and say something about the Friends of the Library. We just set up a foundation, and they're working on raising funds for the library. And we have the Friends of the Library who, if you want to become a friend of the library, it's so easy to do so. You just go on our website and you give a little donation, and then you're in the team. You're part of the club. We have with us here tonight the chair of the Friends Committee. So I want to recognize Valerie Murphy. Thank you for being here. Okay, everybody. Thank you. Okay, we're honored to be in the presence of the artists from our community and across the Eastern Shore. The library wants to be a partner for art, and we want to thank Nancy Mitchell for helping us connect us with so many of you, and also Susan Holt and the others who have been a part of this effort. It's just wonderful to have that teamwork, and we want to be a reliable partner to support the arts and continue doing that, in all of our library spaces across the county. With that, I want to turn it over. I'll just turn it back over to you. Again, thank you so much for being here. Go online, become a friend of the library, and watch the news tonight because there's going to be press about all the money that the council just gave us to do design work on the new library. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Seth. Up next, we'll be hearing from City of Salisbury Poet Laureate Nancy Mitchell, who will speak about A River Runs Through It and tell you a little bit about this project. You can see it out on the Artwalk when it's not raining.
Hi everyone, thank you for coming, and it's so wonderful to see friends who have come all the way from Cambridge, Maryland to be here with us and see friends, so thank you for that. And Rumi, the great Sufi poet Rumi, wrote, "Beyond all ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there." And I think one thing that art does is it gives us a field to meet. It's a place where I was listening to John, and for the duration of his song, I didn't think about the things I've been thinking about. I didn't feel the pressure. How about you all? It was like a transcendental moment. And I think that's what art offers us. It's a chance to be out of ourselves, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and the duration of looking at a poem, hearing a song, looking at paintings. So, and I want to thank so much Stephanie Daisy for, she invited me to take over the story walk, 17 stanchions. And I was like, sure, you know, and then I went back and I said, what? And so I called Susan Holt, who naturally, of course, she's the chair of the Public Art Committee. And we came up with some ideas, and I always get my best ideas right before I fall asleep. And anyone who knows me can't expect a text, maybe, you know, a little later. I'm trying to restrain myself in these days where everyone's pressured with the folk festival. But I said, Susan, we can't do this. And then I thought, let's invite these wonderful artists, these local artists, to exhibit their art. So we have 5 incredibly accomplished artists among us. And I want to also thank so much this wonder, and I hope you all, Seth, I hope you know that you have like a genius here in Amy Martin. The work that she did right on time, in it, with it, and it was a great collaboration. And I'm really, really honored to be here tonight, and I can't wait for you to do the Riverwalk. Please go do it. We have the artists here that are willing to escort you in rain or shine. Throughout the history of mankind, rivers have run. Worshipped from antiquity as a source of life, the site of sacred religious rites, rivers have also been abused and polluted by human waste, industry, and greed. Yet, rivers have always been and remain a constant muse, a source of contemplation, meditation, and inspiration for artists, musicians, and philosophers. 5 accomplished women artists, all working at the height of their powers and careers, celebrate the river as muse in this curated exhibit entitled, A River Runs Through Us. Natalie Blanton's paintings are luminous, shimmering reveries that capture the exquisite edge of suspended tension before a molecule of light shifts and the moment dissolves and is forever gone, and light reassembles another scene. Helene English's images, rendered flat against the landscape, create a still moment of solemnity, reverence, and gravitas, and heft, etched in the fleeting moments of bustling life on the river. Susan Holt's paintings, actually these are drawings, drawings and paintings are a part of her search and her inquisitive mind, always trying to talk about the layers that inform, the layers from the past that inform our present and continue to inform them. So there's a very interesting investigation that's been running through her career. Susan Holt, Helene's, Laura Kelly's images are robust, almost rambunctious, affirmations and celebrations of life's many textured moments spread generously, lavishly, and joyfully across a canvas. And I always said, like peanut butter across a piece of bread. But my husband said no. But you know, she has a lot of kids, and I know she's made a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And Nancy Orr Mizak, a brilliant watercolorist, indicates her mastery of the most difficult medium. In the deft strokes, she creates depth and dimension with layers of life, as scrims, light as scrims of silk. It's amazing to see it. It's like, how does she do this? How does she do this? And I don't know how any of you all do it, but I'm glad you've done it. As you will see on your walk along the river, each artist's response to the muse is distinctly different. In technique, composition, and medium, tone, and scale, they capture the ephemeral mystery of moments of being. Thank you for sharing your gifts and allowing us to see through your eyes, thus enlarging and enriching our perspectives. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nancy Mitchell, our City of Salisbury Poet Laureate, for introing us into some public art. Next, we'll be having Arts Business Director For the City of Salisbury, Alan Swinger, who will speak to our public art and master plan that started this all.
I gotta tell you, I don't know why I always have to go after Nancy. It seems to be my catch-22. So yeah, I'm excited. I do look forward to getting out there and walking along the river. Our department has been pretty heavily focused on this Salisbury Prize, and also we kind of have a big festival this weekend. So I'll get out there eventually, but it looked beautiful from what I could tell so far. But I was asked to come up and talk a little bit about the Salisbury Prize, but more about how we got to the Salisbury Prize. And it's kind of an exciting story. I've told this a couple times, but I'll say it again. So the Arts, Business, and Culture Department was formed in April of 2022. Simultaneously, I started working for the city. And I had the pleasure of sitting across from the living legend known as Jamie Heater, which I'm sure all know as an artist in this area, and who is now the executive director of the Salisbury Art Alliance. And I walk in the door, and she goes, "Oh, I need to talk to you about something." All right. Okay, I just got here. Like, let me put my stuff down. Let's see what you're at. And she had this idea of this public art master plan and how the city can collaborate with artists and organizations in a formal way to really put a plan together of how we're using our resources and how we're all working collectively to kind of steer this ship. And she goes, "I got this guy named Todd Bressie. He's gonna come in and we're gonna do this big thing, right? Your energy is awesome, so let's just go. Like, I'm ready for it." So we started it. We did a whole bunch of public engagement meetings. We did public surveys, feedback from stakeholders, city officials, city staff, and we took all of this stuff together and put it in this beautiful presentation of our master plan. So this plan was adopted in September of 2023. And I'm looking at this thing, and it's 70 pages long, right? I'm like, there's no way we do this alone, right? And so we immediately got on, we needed this public art committee. We need the artists in this community, the stakeholders in this community who care and love it and feel it every day to get out here and help guide this ship. Because it's not right for us to sit in a room and allocate these monies without the input that we really should be getting from our community. So formed the public art committee, and again, September to December, first meeting, we hit the ground running, right? So we pull up this thing, we're flipping through the pages, and we're like, what can we do right now? How do we make a hit? What is our first priority? And the Salisbury Prize kind of jumped up there. It seemed like a very cool initiative, something that we can annually wrap our heads around and really just kind of have our first little win as a new committee and a new group of 7 individuals who know each other in passing, but a lot of different backgrounds. Salisbury University represented, some of our churches and community members, and an artist as well from different backgrounds. So fast forward 2 months and we got funding for this program. We got concept ideas. We got all of this stuff. I mean, that's quick. That is quick turnaround for a curation of an art project. And then fast forward another 2 months, we got projects coming in, we got proposals, we're vetting them, we're going through the process. And it just felt good. It was nice to harmonize and see this all play out and really show that collaboration that the city and our volunteers can have. So we're very excited for that. I'm going to hand this over to Susan here soon, who's going to really dive into how we selected our winner this year. But I'm honored to be part of this process, and I'm honored to keep this process going. So before I get down, I would like to announce that we will be doing a round 2 of the Salisbury Prize, and the portal will open on October 1st. So you start to see a whole bunch of marketing coming out soon. So tell your friends, tell your organizations, and let's get this going again. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Alan. Up next, we'll be having Susan Holt. She is the committee chair for the Public Art Committee, and she'll come up and speak to the Salisbury Prize.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming out tonight. I'm thrilled to welcome this awesome work of art. Now, we were supposed to be outside, and I was supposed to gesture up to the awesome work of art on the hill up there. So just imagine that we are. that was created uniquely for Salisbury. What a wonderful addition to our ever-expanding public art collection. I'd like to introduce and thank the committee members. Unfortunately, I think there's only one of them who is present tonight. But the committee is comprised of Brandon Bell, Mandel Copeland, Heather McCarty, Katie Tumanello, Max Verbitz, who is here. You want to raise your hand? Each of you brings invaluable expertise, knowledge, and perspective. What a great team to work with. If you recall, the process to get to the Salisbury Prize was laid out in the master plan, but this is the first year that we've done it, so this is all kind of new for us. So we put out the call to artists, we had the site, and then we got proposals, and we got over 200 proposals, and we had to kind of sort through them. They went first through a technical committee that evaluated them, and then they were narrowed down, and we narrowed it down further to 4 proposals. At that point, we put them out in the public realm to get some feedback, and it was amazing how many people replied, and the responses were all over the place. They loved them, they hated them, they had very interesting things to say. But it's really important to get to work with the public, because in the past, in the history of public art, that hasn't always happened, and it's not the best way to do things. This is public art, it belongs to the people, it's created by the people, for the people, and we are the ones who have to live with it. So we really want everyone to participate in this. So as you recall, the 4 finalists the designs were quite different, and each of them had positive aspects. One was a large abstract metal sculpture of a pelican to be placed near the river's edge. Another, a colorful, functional mosaic bench for the middle of the games park. Another, a series of colorful murals to be painted on the shed. And then this sculpture, designed by Thomas Sterner. So we discussed each at length, and we overwhelmingly agreed that Perpetual, the title of the sculpture, was the one that we all agreed on was the Salisbury Prize. So in particular, we appreciated the concept of resourcefulness, revitalization, and renewal. But also, by looking at the quality and the scale of his other works, we could easily envision the beauty of the finished work of art. So we don't have a photo of it.
Do you have it? You want me to put it up?
Yes.
All right. So winner, Thomas Sterner.
There he is.
Some of his other work that Susan referenced. This is part of his portfolio we considered. The original sketch. And there it is.
So when you are out there and you can really get up close to it, I'm inviting you to notice some details. The colors, the shapes, and the textures that create the pattern of the bark, the angle of the edge that reveals the tree's many rings, the juxtaposition of the angle of the delicate but strong sprout, the details on the surfaces of the 2 leaves. I don't know if many people have been able to see it at night, but I did last night, And it's awesome the way the light comes through the rings, and it just is another experience. It's gorgeous. The sculpture also blends, excuse me, blends in beautifully with the landscape. It's almost like it's always been there. And there's a kind of understated strength, I think. Perpetual symbolizes perseverance, rebirth, and the hope that emanates from within. The light, the life force of nature. I think this is an important message for humanity right now. And I'm proud that we'll be able to reflect on and enjoy this beautiful sculpture for many years to come. So thank you, Thomas.
Thank you so much, Susan. I think you might be the only one who's seen it lit up. We're all very eager tonight. So up next, we will have the artist himself, Thomas Sterner, come up and say some words about Perpetual. Thank you for joining us today.
Hello, thanks everyone. I'm a visual artist, so I have to write things down and read them. Thank you, Nadine, and thank you, Alan. Alan's been great to work with, and also Mike and Brian Duke, who hooked up the electricity yesterday. He was great, and he had a hammer drill. And thank you to Salisbury, and of course the selection committee for choosing me for the first Salisbury Prize. I am truly honored, and I'm thrilled to be here now and to be part of the Artwalk celebration, and in that beautiful setting of the park. It's a wonderful space for that sculpture, rain or shine. And Salisbury is such a wonderful city. I do love it. I've been here many times, came with my children when they were small. I went to the zoo. My brother Michael and I went to the zoo earlier today. I used to paddle the Waikomico River. My mother-in-law lived in a place near Quantico, or in Quantico, not far from here. And most recently I made the Feather of Monumental Size, which is a really big sculpture at the Salisbury Animal Health Lab on Nanticoke Road. And there's another sculpture inside that you'll probably never see unless you work there. It's called Running Horses. It's in their conference room, a really large wood carving. But my intention with this sculpture, I think Susan has said it probably better than I will, but it is to portray a bright future, a hopefulness of new growth sprouting from a tree stump, acknowledging the next generation's power, sort of, to transform, make a better world. It's called Perpetual, which means never ending. It's made entirely of stainless steel. The color is produced on the sycamore bark, and in the oak sprouting leaves is achieved by a flame heat patina, which makes an oxide on the surface of the stainless steel. There are 24 tree rings. Everyone always has questions about things like that. And they are separate and they float, not really float, they're side by side floating. They're strongly supported by long posts within the tree trunk. And there is a very bright light and a broad light, LED light inside the sculpture that will turn on hopefully when the street lights light, and light seeps out between the rings. And it is very magical. And I have not seen it since I installed it. My brother and I went straight to Assateague after the install, so I'm gonna stick around and see it. I've seen it in the studio and it is really cool. Let's see, so please do visit it. Maybe stick around tonight or you'll see it another time. I hope you like the piece, love the piece, and I hope it's noticed and embraced by the community and folks who use and visit the park and this library and the future performing center that's gonna be here. That's pretty awesome. In addition to appreciating its form and meaning, good public sculpture creates a sense of place and becomes part of the identity and the personality of a location, adding to the pride of its residents. And I really love making public sculptures. It's very rewarding. And I'm honored to have made this piece for Salisbury and to contribute something positive. Thank you for acknowledging the importance of art and having it become part of our everyday lives.
Thank you so much, Thomas Sterner. We're looking forward to fostering relationships with our local artists here in Maryland, so we hope to do more again next year. This concludes the ribbon cutting. Please stick around, have some food. There will be a presentation of all of the Artwalk artists that will be going through. You can ask them questions about their works of art, and yeah, please enjoy yourself. Thank you, everyone.